And then we filter it back through the scriptures. And then we highlight it and we bring it out. Well, first get Joel 3, verse 9 and 10. Okay? The reason why you see all these nations starting to invest more in nukes, even in the United States, is because World War III, which is prophesied in the scriptures, is going to come to pass. And that's going to be a war with fire. Okay?
And a war nobody will win because of so much destruction.
Well, it is going to be someone that wins. It's going to be the Lord. Because the Lord, who you call Jesus Christ, while all that's happening, he's going to come and he's going to annihilate all those armies over here in the Middle East. Because all that buildup over here is all fulfilling prophecy. Okay? And we're going to prove it if you got patience.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9.
Yep.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war.
Prepare war. So when we come out here, like the Lord said, you hear of wars and rumors of wars. When you look up that word rumor, it's talking about reports and preaching of wars. So when we come out here, we break it down that when you talk about kingdom against kingdom, you look up that word, it's talking about sovereign powers. And then you look and you pay attention to the news and you start to see the allies, the alliances between the nations coming up against the United States. Mainly, it's the nations of the East coming up against the United States.
We've been terrorizing them for so long.
That's right.
Right? Like a lot of people don't realize that Iran is not. This is not our first brush up with Iran.
Yeah.
In 1957, we overthrew the democratically elected leader. The CIA staged a coup in their country, right? Not a threat to us or anything like that. We installed a dictator in there for 30-something years, the Shah of Iran. And then when Iran finally had its Islamic revolution, right? And they were very, very anti-American after that. And how can you blame them when we had imagine if they put a dictator in this country for 35 years?
Yeah.
Right? We'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know? We would want a nuclear weapon to defend ourselves. You know? If you're Iran and all your neighbors getting taken down, right? You'd be, I mean, so...
And they see that.
So
and that's why, well, we already know that the whole, news outlet is controlled by the Zionists.
Yes. And they don't give any real news to anybody.
No.
There's a little hypnosis going on. They don't give any real news. and
like the example with North Korea. Now they're trying to make that leader look like he's crazy and all that. But over there, the United States been plaguing mainly North Korea for decades.
We bombed 80% of their in the Korean War, right? We bombed 80% of their housing stock. So imagine all the houses in North Korea.
Yeah.
We bombed it with cluster bombs, napalm bombs. We put so much destruction on them in the Korean War that they are scared shitless. Even now, the reason they're like this is because we put so much destruction on them, they're scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of reaching out with like an olive branch and saying, you know, we humbled your country and all that. What can we do to help? You know, we know you want to you're trying to defend yourself with these nuclear weapons. But what can we do? How can we be your friend instead of all this hard line shit like lying in the sand and all this hard line stuff, right? All it does is get people more defensive. None of it works.
Well, I mean, it's all fulfilling prophecy.
There it is.
I read that.
Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Now, when you read that, it's parabolic. Because you got to remember, when the prophets saw these things, like the swords and the spears, it's talking about missiles. Okay? All right? Because they didn't have missile technology back then.
Right.
So they described it like a sword and a spear, which is all killing instruments of war.
Right.
Okay? Keep reading that, because it's going to say, let the weak say I'm strong.
Yeah. Let the weak say that I am strong.
Okay, now if North Korea, all right, Pakistan got missiles, India got missiles. I'm trying to remember who else over there got missiles. I would say Afghanistan, but I might be going off on that.
No, Afghanistan, they don't got nothing. But,
well, Pakistan, I know that.
Yes, you're right about that. Lots of missiles.
They got nukes.
Lots of nukes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Pointed at India and India pointed at them.
Well, the thing, India and them, they gonna team up and they gonna shoot them on America. That's a fulfilled prophecy. Okay, that's why you constantly keep having the United States send assassinating drones over there to Pakistan, basically bombing their people. Now, I don't know if they're trying to provoke them to shoot their missiles, but that's what they're doing constantly, and they're getting fed up.
What is there's a lack of wiseness on the part of U.S. officials. Just, you know, they don't have enough wiseness to be like, you can't just keep bombing everybody all the time and expect it to put an end to it.
Well, that's how they got everybody to feel.
Every time you bomb somebody, they got family. They got fathers and children and all these people. They don't care.
They don't care.
But these people now end up hating us even more. So this thing about whacking people by remote control with these drones is not an effective thing. You just breed more and more hate.
That's the Most High doing that so they go shoot all the missiles on America.
Yeah.
More and more hate. So almost the people of Pakistan generally hate America now because of this.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what
I got a scripture real quick.
All right.
So this is Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down.
Let's go on something else.
Well, I'm just saying who the wicked is.
Okay.
The sword is. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Yeah. Which, Lord, right? The wicked is the so-called white man. Okay, we say so-called white man. All right.
Western white man.
Yeah, even the Eastern. All right. All of them. Because they know that according to the Bible it's Edomites. Now, it is some of our people that look like these Caucasians. And it's some of these people are the other nations that look like us. So that's why we don't just come out and judge people. All right? Because we have to try their spirit. All right? According to the Bible. Let me get this in Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon. Babylon's talking about America. Okay, because the word Babylon means confusion. It goes back to the Hebrew word babal, which means confusion. Alright, and this place promotes and pushes out nothing but confusion. From the highest level to the lowest form. Everything's confusion. Alright? It says to rise and cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country. That north country over there is talking about like Russia and China and all that, basically the east. Okay? And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. It's talking about those missiles for those nations. The reason why the spirit is on them now to start stockpiling from being an agriculture country like North Korea was, and most of them Arab nations was. They was in the agriculture and stuff like that.
Syria was the breadbasket of that area. They feed all their people, no problem at all. Before this thing in Syria, Syria was a stable, safe country. Everybody living together. Christian, Muslim, you know what I mean? Yeah, Assad was firm, but he didn't hurt nobody. If you overthrowing the government, he was going to hurt you. If you don't overthrowing nobody,
well, I mean that's
everything is fine, right?
I mean that's called for. I mean if somebody trying to take your power, you got to defend yourself.
Well, you know, but you just behave in the country, and it was a great country. There was really no reason for us to be overthrowing this country. I'm sorry, I was talking about how it was the breadbasket of.
But that goes in with the scripture that we got in Joel. It was commanded for them to beat their plowshares and their pruning hooks and the swords and spears, and they say that the weak say I'm strong. Now they're strong, and then they're backed up by strong nations. Because I mean, for the most part, the two strong powers was the United States and Russia. Now China is up there now.
We got the name BRICS now. We got BRICS,
which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Right.
And they already starting they want to develop their own currency that they deal amongst each other. They all drop the dollar.
They want to pull out of the dollar because the reason America is able to continue building this army, these weapon caches so big, is that they can basically print money. If we didn't have our economic system like this, we wouldn't have such a big military. We can keep buying and more stuff because the way the system works.
But you see, Now you're starting to see America's falling, man.
Right, but remember when a country is under, you know, we have such a big military, right?
Yeah.
Even